Hello everybody and welcome to World of Washaba. My name is Shawna and on this channel I talk about all the things that are happening in our world, which is usually going to be homeschooling, obviously. I have two sets of twins. I have 5-year-old twins and 7-year-old twins. And the second thing is Color Street Nails, which is what I'm wearing here. If you're interested on more information on these beautiful 100% nail strips, I'll put that information below. And thirdly, all things books, because I love reading and I have a podcast that I do with my friend Lizz. It is called Getting Bookish with Shawna and Lizz. You can find that anywhere you listen to podcasts, or you can check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and we even upload them to YouTube at Getting Bookish. So I would love to have you join us there as well. Okay, let's dive right into the purpose of this video. I wanted to kind of talk to you about how we do morning folders. It kind of like stemmed from Morning Basket, which if you follow Pam Barnhill or you guys do a morning basket, you know what I'm talking about. We just put some fun stuff in there and we do it with all the kids in the morning, or actually whenever you want to do your morning basket. Well, I wanted to go like a step further because, okay, first of all, I'm not a morning person. I don't like getting up early in the morning. I'm a night owl and I stay up late. I get my best work done when it's super late at night, and then I'm tired in the morning, so I don't want to get up when my kids get up. They get up at 6. So this kind of started, well, partly because I just wanted to sleep in a little bit. And so the kids wake up usually between 5:30 and 6, but they know they have to stay in their room till 7, and they play quietly. And then at 7, they come downstairs and they come immediately into this room and go to their little seat. I have them all color-coded. They all have their favorite color folders, and they do the work that I set out for them. And not only does it selfishly give me a couple more minutes of sleep, or just kind of that time to wake up and know, okay, I need to get up and start their breakfast and all this stuff. I feel like it's teaching them independence in getting their work done, because they are now in this routine of, oh, let's get up, and before we come downstairs and play or whatever, we have to go in and do our work. And I think that's a really great skill to start working on at any age. And they've been doing really great at it. They know that this is what they do. And I try to make it light and fun. It's nothing heavy. There's some math sheets in there that kind of cover just some drills that we're going over and some fun things. And I'll show you in just a minute. And for my little ones, if you've watched my previous videos, you know that I'm a little bit relaxed on what I require of them to do. So I like to see that they did a couple things. If they don't finish it all, it's okay. I'll just put it in there for the next day. But I do like to see that they sat down and they did something, because I feel like as we progress, they'll do more and more naturally. And I'll start getting a little bit more, I don't know what the word is, but I'll just tell them, hey, I'd really like if you completed at least one of the things in the folders, But for right now, I'm just happy that they're coming down, they're starting on their work, and like I said, it doesn't take very long. What else was I going to say? I was going to say one more thing. I don't remember what it is. All right, well, let me just show you what I put in their folders. So my older daughter, she's 7. This is her pink folder. I'll show you some of the things that we use. This is from a Princess edition book that my husband actually got at Ollie's. Do you guys have an Ollie's? This is when he was in Pennsylvania. And the workbook was only 50 cents, so it was really cheap. You can get a lot of free stuff online. In fact, I usually use all the free downloads that I can find online, and there's so many, and in different subjects and everything. A lot of times I'll just print those up. But if I find workbooks that are super cheap, or I'll find them at garage sales, I don't even care if they're halfway completed. If it's a dime, I'll take them back, pull out the pages, and I can use them for our morning work, or even at Goodwill and stuff. If a lot of it's completed, they usually sell it to you really, really cheap. And then I just get the pages that haven't been used out of it, because I'm just using this for the morning. Now for here, there's quite a bit here. She can do these If she just does one row, I'm fine with that. Usually she'll complete the whole thing. But if she does one row, that's totally fine. This isn't to put any pressure on them because they're still little. I just want them to get into the habit of doing their work in the morning. And I don't want to put so much pressure on them in the morning to make sure you complete everything in the folder. And then it becomes something that they're like, oh, we have to go downstairs and do this. No. So as long as they're I see that they're doing some of it and they're putting forth effort, I'm okay. But 9 times out of 10, she'll do the whole page. And I tell them they only have to do one side. Sometimes she'll do both. It just depends on like what kind of mood she's in. And the other thing that I give her, and I change these out. Sometimes I'll put in a maze or a connect the dots or a color by number or something. This particular one that she'll be doing tomorrow is a seek and find. So here's all the things that she needs to find, and she'll look through here and circle them or color them. Again, there's another side, but she knows she only has to do one side, but a lot of times she'll just do both because she is my mini-me. She loves workbooks and stuff like that. So did I. Oh, I loved me some workbooks when I was little. And some of your kids might be like that, and some of them may not like workbooks at all. And that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out here too. Like, how far can I go with the workbooks? Because if they love them, that's awesome. But if they don't, if that's not the way they learn, then I need to find other ways. Also, so that's all that's in her folder right now. But she also, I'll stack this on top. This is her cursive. Oh, that's not the page she'll be doing because that's already done. This is her cursive page that she will be doing. So she does one page every morning. So she'll write cheer twice, help twice, all the way down. And again, if she writes it one time, just in this column, or maybe just does half on both columns, I'm fine with that, and she'll do the rest the next day. But if she only did like cheer and help, I would probably say, I wouldn't make her do it then, but I'd say tomorrow I would like you to finish the page, or I would remind her, I know I told you don't have to do the whole page, but I would like for you at least to do half, if you can try to do that. But again, she's a really easy child. But this is kind of, I love this cursive curriculum. I did a video on this. I'll try to link it. I'm still kind of new to linking the videos, so I'll try. If not, just go to my YouTube channel and you'll see it, the cursive program. I love it so much. We've been using it from the very beginning. We haven't taught print. We've just done cursive, and we started maybe a year ago. So this is just from a year, and her cursive is so beautiful, and it goes back and forth between capitals and lowercase and sentences, and towards the end, she'll be doing sentence practices and stuff. So I really love this. So every morning they always do their cursive page. And also I'll just show you one of these because they're all the same. I have these little folders where you can put a piece of paper in and then write on it with, dry erase. And, sorry, I messed up my picture here. And so they know, we're upside down. They know that we're doing Florida because that's where we live. And so on this page, they circle Florida, so that I know they know where that is. But then they turn it over, and here is the actual state. Let me get that glare off. And what they know to do on this one is they trace the state. It doesn't have to be perfect, although some of my children do a very perfect job of tracing it. And then we've gone over what the names of these cities are, and one of them is our city where we live, so I obviously want to include that. But what they do is they will draw a line with their, whatever dry erase they want to the place, and it doesn't have to be exact like coordinates, but I do want to see that they know Jacksonville is over here and they're not drawing it, over here, or that Miami, they're not drawing it to the Keys. And these are all places where we either have family living or we've vacationed or we talk about a lot. So I'll probably add a couple more key cities in here, and then I'll scramble these. So I'll put Tennessee down here and Miami up here, and they have to make sure that they are drawing the lines correctly. And then after about a week of doing that, we'll move on to another state, and I will let them pick. We roll, the way we pick to see what we're going to do next is we roll a die, and whoever rolls the higher number gets to pick the next state. So if Shaylin rolled the highest number, she could pick a state, and then we'll do the same thing. So if she picked Hawaii, that would be awesome because we lived there for 6 years. So she would do Hawaii, and then on the other side, they would be tracing the islands. I'd have them do the capital and some cities and all that stuff. So I really like this. They each have their own. So when she comes down, her little pack is just like this on the desk. So she has her cursive, her folder, and her little geography thing. My older son is blue. And he's missing a page. I think I forgot to do his and my younger son. I'll figure something else out. He's blue. Inside his, I have one of these sticker arts. So this one is a rocket, and you basically follow the numbers on the stickers to figure out where they go on the picture. And so this is really great for fine motor skills and just for number recognition in general. And it's fun. They love doing these. This is not work for them. They get so excited when one of these are in their folders. And then, I know why he doesn't have another page in here, because it's usually math. But I found these, they love Star Wars. So I found these books, and they were so cheap. Somebody was selling them, and I got a ton of them, and it came out to about 50 cents each. So what we do with these is I will, again, just like I do with the girls, I'll take a page and open it for him, and he knows that he has to complete. Now, he knows he doesn't have to complete all of this. He just has to do a row. And if he wants to do another row, that's fine, but I do tell him I would like you to complete one row. And sometimes he'll do the whole page or whatever, but yeah, he really likes these, and he likes that it's all, and I'll circle. So here you can see I circled the ones that I want him to redo because they're wrong. And then for he also has a cursive page. And he's a 7-year-old lefty boy. And boys typically are a little bit, and I don't like to use the word behind, but they're not as quick with their writing skills as girls tend to be sometimes. There's always the exceptions. And he's a lefty, so that sometimes can be a little hard as well. But I'm so proud of him. So here's his cursive page. Oh, he forgot to cross his F's. But I'm so proud of him. I think that his cursive is just coming along so well. And like I said, we started these last year, and this is what we started with. I never taught them print. We only started with cursive. And I'm so proud. He's doing great with his sentences, with his words. And I love this curriculum. So then every now and then it'll drive home how to do the uppercase and how to connect them. And so he'll get, where's his? So tomorrow his is sentences, so he'll have that. So the way I set his up is I'll open up to whatever math page I want him to do, and then I'll put that on the table first. This is on top, and then this is on top. So when he comes down on his table, it looks like this. So he knows what page in the math book I'd want him to do. I could use like little tabs and close the book, but I just now thought of that, so maybe I'll do that from now on. Okay, and then he has, this, so this will be under it too, so that's his. Then for my younger son, so now that was the 7-year-olds, this is the 5-year-olds. My younger son, this is his, he's green. In his is just one thing too, because like my other son, I usually would put like a math page in here, but he has a math book as well. He has his sticker page. He loves these, and he loves dinosaurs. This one has a lot of pieces, and he does so good with these. I'm just always so impressed because just I want to say 6 months ago, the boy could not even hold a marker. And I never pushed him because, like I said, I don't want them to become frustrated and not want to do it. And like when he would color, which he didn't really like to do, it would just be scribbles or circles. And now his coloring is so good. He's drawing pictures. He's doing these sticker pages. He's doing his cursive book, and it's so awesome to see. And that, let me just throw that in there. That's one of those awesome things about homeschooling, is that I get to see that. I get to see that progression and know that he's doing it on his own, because I didn't like force him to do it. I can just see, and it kind of solidifies, like, if we could just take a step back and know that they will progress naturally, and we just need to guide them. So he has that, and then for his math, if I don't use this book, then I'll print something and put it in his folder. On this one, I'll leave it open to this page. So I circle the number up here so his focus goes to it. So he knows to circle the groups of 6 and circle the groups of 7. Again, he just has to do one, but he will do both. And normally, usually he will do, he'll pick some other pages and do those as well on his own, because he likes this book. And then his cursive, these are just the letters. So yesterday he did N. And again, I don't require them at this age to fill in everything. If we get to the end of the book, what I'll do is I'll just start over in the same book, and you can see that he's traced over the ends. When we start over, I'll tell him, okay, you've traced over them. Now let's see if you can write them on your own and do these connection ones down here. And I don't care if they use a pencil, a light marker, nothing heavy because it'll bleed through. I don't care if they use a crayon. I don't care what they use, as long as they trace it. And if he wants to do his own, see, I think that's a really good one right there. If he wants to do his own, that's fine. But more than likely, he'll just trace it, and I'm totally fine with that. I am very happy. Like, it looks like he did a couple M's over here on his own. And I feel like the more, this one he traced the C's, but I can see he did a couple up here. I feel like the more we can step back and give them room, the more they want to do, right? Like if I said, okay, now I want you to do all of the M's and I want you to do this, it would all of a sudden become something that he has to do and not want to do it. Okay, and then he has his geography map. Now, finally, my little daughter, here's her. She's purple, and she's my little 5-year-old. In hers, she also has a seek and find. I usually, like if I give my older daughter a seek and find, I give my little one a seek and find, because she always wants to do what the older one is doing. And again, I just tell her that she knows she just has to do one side, but sometimes she'll do both. And again, if they just find half the things, I'll just give the rest to them tomorrow to find the other half. But my girls will usually find all the things, and then they'll color it because they love coloring. Also in hers, this is from a different cheap math book that I got. We have math curriculum that we use. This is just to, do just some extra practice. This one is skip counting by 2s. So she knows she'll have to trace these and then continue writing the skip counting. So she'll have to do an 8 and a 10, and she can help herself out if she needs to by counting. Same with this and this. If she wants to do the other side, that's fine. Again, she doesn't have to, and then it's just like some number practice. And I did have sticker pages for them like I had the boys, but they used them all. It was a unicorn, it was unicorns and something else, but they used that up quick. And then her next letter will be K. She just finished H, and you can see she used a crayon. Again, totally fine with that because I can see. I don't know if you can see. That one's a little hard. But I can see that she is tracing. Oh, she did one. She's tracing the letter correctly. If I looked on here and it looks like she's just kind of coloring up and down, I might help her out by using her hand. But I can see, even through the thick crayon, that she's doing it correctly. I can see it. So I'm happy with that. And again, even if she just did 2 rows or 1 row or whatever, I'm fine with that because I didn't even start my older ones on their cursive at 5. I started them at 6. So this is really just to introduce them to cursive letters, and they seem to be doing really well with it. If they were struggling with holding the pencil, or they were just really struggling, I would not require it. Or I mean, I don't require it now, but I wouldn't even like ask them to do it. What I would probably do is just have them show me to trace it with their finger a couple times, just so that they can see this is how it goes. That's all I would do. So that's their folders, and I'll show you some of the other things that I set out for them, just to kind of give you an idea of the different things that we use. This is a sticker activity book, and sometimes I will see, like this says stickers are for page 34 and 35. I'll cut out this portion and then make it look almost like a bookmark in the correct page. Let's see, 34, 35. And then he'll do some of the things on here, or just stick the stickers or whatever. So I'm gonna do that. This one was a Star Wars sticker book. So this one, they had to look at the sticker and then match it. They had to find the same shape, because this doesn't tell you what page the sticker goes on. So they really liked that. This is from another book that we got. This is like a math color by number, and another one counting. She already did half of that. There's other things that you could put in there, like for vocabulary or spelling or reading or something. All my kids are really good so far with all of that, so I just have them read to me every day. But occasionally I'll put something like this in there, so for my little twins. And so they'll just have to see the picture and then, circle what it is. So it's just a little bit of reading work. These are just some books that I got really cheap from yard sales, and they're all like just little math workbooks. I guess I don't spend a ton of money. Or if friends just are giving things away and they're like, there's like a lot of it's completed, I'm like, I don't care, I'll take it. These are really cute. My first unicorn dot to dot, my first color by numbers and shapes. This is mazes, and they love their mazes. These are probably a little bit too easy, but they still love them. These are some of the sticker books. Like I said, we already used the unicorn one, so I have to get another one of those. We have these. This is what I showed you in their folder already. These are the hidden pictures, mazes and dot to dots. And you know what? Some of these books are ones that I bought a long time ago when I thought I was going to do preschool and kindergarten. You had to have workbooks and stuff, and I bought them, and then I realized I don't want to do that. And so I had them sitting here, and I didn't want them to be a waste because I had already purchased them. And so I was like, oh, well, this is perfect to put in their folders. So if you have like a workbook sitting around that you don't use, even if it's a little below, like, this, finding shapes, how many of each shape, that's really easy. Like, they're not going to have a struggle with this, but the morning folder is not something that I want them to struggle through. Again, it's just like trying to get them to finish work independently. So even if it's easy, that's okay. And so I'll just pick out some of the pages in here. There's a lot of other things that you could do. There's cutting and pasting that you can do if you feel comfortable with that. Another thing I'll do, and I'll tie it up with this, is sometimes I will leave one of these by their chair. So have you seen these? There's a butterfly, there's a car. Some are just shapes. This one's a little person. So I'll put one of these in their folder, and they'll pull it out, and then I'll set these in the middle of the table, and they know they have to put their little picture together. Another thing I'll do is, these are all in these Tupperware boxes. They're amazing. If they have one of these in their folder, these cards. They know they have to complete, they could do this one if they want, that's fine. If they don't want to do the whole thing. They have to complete this by finding the correct, like, stick. So these are called geo sticks, and there's really easy pictures. So if you wanted something, if you wanted them to just do like a shape or do numbers, there's some really detailed ones, heart and a kitty face. So I'll do those for my older son because he's so good with putting together. I'll give him one like this and he's like, what? But he'll do it because he loves it. And then another example of something I might leave next to them. This is called IQ Links. And it's just this tiny little one-person game. You can see all those pieces there. And I'll open it to one, usually in the beginning so that it's easy for them to follow. And then I'll just put a little tab that points down to whatever one I want them to do. So what they do is they set it up to look like this, and then they have to fill in the blanks of where they all go. Or what I might start doing is I will set it up so that we don't have to worry about the book, and then they just have to put in the missing pieces. So that's where it becomes hard. This is just the setup. So I can set this up for them, and then they don't need the book anymore. They just know they have to fit the rest of the pieces in there somewhere. So they have to twist them and turn them and all of that stuff. And they love this so much. This is something, especially my 5-year-old daughter, she will play this for like an hour by herself. And that's it. So I hope that was helpful for you. I hope maybe that gave you some ideas of what you could do. And you could do this for any ages. And so you can see that if we kind of don't get much else during the day done, we got like the basics. And of course I read aloud. So if you have any questions on that, let me know and comment below if you do something similar. I would love to know what you use. And I'll see if I can find some of those free resource links, and then you can just print up your own stuff. They're free. And there's ones that you can pay for, but I like the free. But don't forget to check out your garage sales. Put out there if you have homeschooling friends, if they have workbooks that they're getting rid of that you would like them, because all of it works. All right, well, you have a wonderful day, and don't forget to subscribe and like, and I'll talk to you next time.